Growing up, I've always been a very curious child. I used to always ask a lot of questions to my parents, to my teachers, to everyone around me when I see things that don't necessarily fit my moral compass, when I see things that I feel are wrong. I've always tried to be very curious and sort of try to help whoever is going through a situation of that matter. And I think through EmpowHer, I've also learned a plethora of issues that women in the community still face today, and the fact that they need more young leaders like us who can sort of uplift them and sort of really bring more awareness to these issues.
I think that EmpowHer has just been an amazing experience for me, and another great way to learn more about the gaps and barriers that different women in our society face today. And that's because there is such a diverse group of women present in EmpowHer that being able to participate in workshops and discussions with them and just interacting with them has been a great way for me to just understand and learn more about the types of experiences and struggles that they face because of their identity, because of their intersectional identity.
Our program helped me learn about a lot of different gaps and barriers different women were facing in our community, because we had the opportunity to work with so many different women from so many different backgrounds. I learned about barriers, whether it be because they're new to Canada, so newcomers, language barriers, financial barriers.
I've been able to really see how different one woman's experience can be from another woman's experience because of her identity, and I think that sometimes we talk more about like the big issues that women face, and sometimes we forget about the minutiae, the daily struggles or the daily experiences that women face that can add up, and those experiences are so different for everyone that I've been really able to see and understand more about that.
Some of the key issues that I've learned through EmpowHer is the pay gap. There's women who do not get paid the same as a man, even if they're in the same position, which I think is ridiculous, and I think that's something that really needs to be brought up more so that we can sort of implement more policies and just have more awareness of how injustice this is to several women out there who are working hard, who are educating themselves, who have the same sort of qualifications, but just because the way that they look or their gender, they're being treated differently. There's also a lack of women in those higher positions, in those CEOs, in those roles where they get to make the final call for the company or for an organization. There's also a lack of representation of diverse women in the industry, especially in politics or the House of Commons, where in these roles, these people have so much power to make such large decisions for the country. Isn't it shocking to see that there's just not enough women, or especially women of color, who are there, who are being the voice for the rest of us?
We had women from all different fields of study, different positions in their lives, and I learned about how difficult it is to stand out and also choose to do what you pursue, especially because we had so many inspiring members in the STEM field, where women are traditionally men-dominated industry.
And also, one of the most sort of important things that I've learned is the lack of awareness for women in coding and technology. As a woman in STEM, I find it very difficult, including myself, being someone who doesn't really know how to make websites, how to sort of be adapting myself to new technologies, especially for women in the industry. It's very sad to think that there's just such a huge disparity between the ratio of males and females who sort of go on to university or who are given those scholarships, towards pursuing programs in technology and in STEM.
Being a part of EmpowHer has allowed me to realize that there's professional women in our community who lack emotional support. Now, you probably heard of that saying, it takes one person to believe in you, and that's you. And while I believe that's true, I also believe that it's the responsibility of the community to provide opportunities so that women can believe in themselves.